Morning everyone, hiya. Here we are with another video. Great to be getting your feedback. Really super to hear that people are not only enjoying feeling physically stronger and able doing these workouts, but also they're really helping lift the mind, lift the spirit. That's the complete fitness picture, really. Okay, so here we go. We're going to rework week one, and we're going to also add in some new bits and bobs. And also, if you've got some weights, you're going to need these today, so you can pause this video while you go and find some weights. Maybe you've got some little hand weights. If you haven't, don't worry. A couple of tins of beans work really well. And the other thing that you can use is get those little milk cartons, the 1 pint milk cartons, fill them with sand or gravel or water, and they work really well as hand weights. You can weigh them on your little scales and just check what they are. These ones here are 2 kilos each. So find yourself some hand weights, and we'll move on to that later on in the workout. Let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna do a warm-up, and our first bit of our warm-up we're gonna do is we're gonna really work the shoulders. So you'll need a mat for today's workout. Set yourself up with your hands under your shoulders, and we're just gonna open out by looking up at your hands, opening out the chest. Place the hands under the shoulders and lifting up and lifting up and lifting up and lifting up. Just really stretching those shoulders, stretching that back. And now I'm going to ask you to bring 1 foot forward. Bring 1 foot forward so that it's level with your hand. And now let's reach. Take that foot back, bring the other foot forward and reach. And we're just going to rotate and reach as we set up for our workout this morning. Got about an hour planned for you. Again, you can pause this or you keep going with it. You can do this workout as many times as you want. And now we've done that, let's come to a high kneel, and we're going to reach up with the arms from kneeling as if your arms were blades, soaring those hands up high over the head, reaching through the side. Warming up already. Take your time, warming up. Ready for our work. Don't forget to breathe. There goes the cat. And then let's take the hands to the hips. Still in the kneeling position. Let's just look over each shoulder. Loosening up the top of the spine. Looking side to side. Don't jar the neck. Just look. Just looking a little bit further. And now we're going to take one ear to one shoulder, side to side, side to side. And now we're going to roll the hair across the front of the chest. One ear to one shoulder and rolling back. And now we're going to bring ourselves to standing. You might find it helpful to have a chair around for today's workout. That sometimes helps as well. Let's just reach across the body, lifting up the heels, keeping the elbows good and high. Reach and reach. Lift that heel off the floor. And then let's drop some pec stretches in. So you're pulling the elbows back and squeezing the shoulders together. Check that your feet are under your hips and that your knees are soft. Let's extend those arms. So we do one bent, one extended. Keep the elbows high, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Don't forget to breathe, especially if you're doing this outside. Taking some good lungfuls. Now I'm going to ask you to raise one arm up in the air. Take those feet wider than your hips, and then let's reach across. Grab hold of your wrist and pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's bring ourselves up to the middle and let's reach. Opposite arm, opposite leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's spread the feet out wider than your hips. Take the arm up to your ear. Over to the side you go. Grab hold of that wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up you come and let's reach diagonal. 1, 2. Point the toes. 3, 4. Let's go over to that first side again. Grab your wrist. Push your weight into your heels. Keep your knees soft. 2, 3, 4. And reach. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Up we go. Over we go. Into the heels. 2, 3, 4, and up you come. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do some hip circles with your feet nice and wide. Take those hips for a good big walk. Feel that weight moving over your heels onto the balls of the feet, and let's take it back the other way. Take some good lungfuls of air. Let's repeat it back in the first direction. Make those hip circles as big as you can. Pull up the pelvic floor as you bring those hips to the front, and let's go back one more time. Taking the weight into the heels as you take those circles back. Okay, time to open up the legs, open up the hips a bit more. So grab hold of a chair or support yourself on a wall, and let's take that leg backwards and forwards, holding your core nice and firm. And as that leg comes back, you'll feel this in the top of your glute, the top of your bum cheek. Bend the knee. Keep the shoulders high, pulling up through your abs. And on the next one, grab that knee and squeeze it into the chest. Squeeze that knee in and take that knee out to the side. And then drop and begin to draw some circles with your knee, pulling up through your abs. Draw those circles, feeling the weight of the leg. You might feel some snaps and crackles in that hip joint. I'm assured that they are normal. Take it back the other way. Pulling up through the abs to lift the weight of that leg. Whew. Quite a weight. And then let's swap sides. So set your chair up, and we're just going to take that leg backwards and forwards. Again, keep the shoulders set. Stay firm in your abs. Feeling that little pinch in the top of your bottom as that leg comes back. And on the next one, let's squeeze the knee in and let's open that hip out with a little bit of help from your hand, and then drop the knee and then let the leg draw those circles. Abs engaged, shoulders down. Breathing. Draw the biggest circles possible. Let's take them back the other way. Keep the shoulders down. It's a heavy old thing, a leg, isn't it? Brilliant. And then we're just going to do some very gentle squats where we just take the weight back onto the heels, and sail your bottom back. As you sail that bottom back, keep your head up. Shoulders engaged, abs engaged. This is a surprising piece of work on your abs. Check that your knees don't come in front of your toes. Check that you're going back onto those heels. And as you come up, squeeze your bum cheeks and a little whoop on the old pelvis. So, few squats. Make them deeper if you feel ready for this. Knees cracking as we warm up those joints. And we're just going to add an overhead reach with those squats. If the overhead reach is too much, keep the arms by your side. Otherwise you can add that overhead reach, pushing up through the shoulders. And let's reach and rotate. Squat and reach with a rotation. Sinking those hips down. Reach and rotate as we warm up for our work. Okay, let's just march on the spot like little dressage ponies. So as you march, just lifting onto the toe so that you're really working those ankles, little tiny marches, bringing the knees forward, shoulders are back, marching up onto those toes. And a few ankle rotations. One leg, one direction, and then the other. Okay, so we're going to do our short intervals to start off to elevate the heart rate. Let's switch that ankle direction back in the other direction. And then we're going to do some body weight moves. And then I'm just going to do a very quick section with some free weights, upper body toning. Okay, so we are going to start the timer off. We're going to do 20 seconds of jogs, bringing those knees forward, keeping the elbows free from the body, and let's go. 20 seconds of work. Move those elbows backwards and forwards. Keep the head up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, just step it side to side as we recover and we get ready to do our next section of jogs. We're going to do each one 5 times in succession, hoping I remember. That was time 1. 4 high knee jogs. 3, 2, 1. Can you bring your knees a bit higher? If this is too much impact, march on the spot, but bring those knees up. Keep the elbows away from the body. You're halfway through our interval. Point the toes. Marching along, jogging along. It's up to you. 2 and 1. Step it side to side. Swing the arms and breathe. I hope you've got a glass of water at your side. Ready for a quick sip. We're going to go again in 8 seconds. Bringing those knees forward as fast as you can. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Pump those elbows backwards and forwards. Breathing halfway through. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, step it side to side. 3 out of 5 done. Step it and relax the arms. Feeling better already. Okay, we're going to go in 5 seconds. High knees, shoulders down, give them a little roll back. And let's go. Head up. Breathing. You've got 7 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last rest before we do it for the last time. Side to side, have a little drink, relax the arms. Let's just roll those shoulders back so that we can know that our shoulders are back and we're lifting through the abs. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Don't know about you, but I've broken into a sweat already. Lift the knees high. Don't forget you can march this. Don't forget to keep aiming to lift those knees as high as the waistband on your leggings. 2 and 1. Fantastic. Okay, next move we're going to do is jumping jacks. We're going to do 5 sets, 20 seconds. Low impact jumping jack. Side to side, arms over the head, or a high impact jumping jack on your toes. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Heart rate is soaring already. Step side to side, hands meet over the head. Don't forget to breathe. You're on your own. I'm sure nobody can hear you. Breathe it out like a steam train. 3, 2, 1. Okay, just march, point the toes, relax the shoulders. March, lead those elbows backwards. We're going to go again, jumping jacks in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Low impact, high impact jumping jacks. Let that breath come. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your rest, grab a drink, roll the shoulders, lead with the elbows, point the toes, stay moving, breathe. Gonna go again for our third interval. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Let's speed them up. Even if you're doing low impact jumping jacks, speed them up. You've got 8 seconds left. Feeling alive. 2 more intervals to go. I hope I've got this right, Laura. Lose count. Need to just put 5 stones on the wall, then I'll remember. Okay, jumping jacks. Stepping into them, let's go. Even if you're low impact, keep that speed up. You want to be out of breath on this. Touch those hands over the head. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last interval is coming up. Roll the shoulders back. Point the toes. You can do this last interval. Beading sweat, heart rate up, hopefully. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's kick it. Pulling up through the abs. Speed it up in the last 7 seconds. Fantastic. Okay, we are going to work on our burpees. Okay, let's do a low impact burpee to start with. You've got your chair and you take the legs back, take them in and up we come. Take them out, bring them in and up we come. Or working on a mat. Let's go. Out, in, up we come. Take the hands underneath your shoulders. Squeeze the bum cheeks as you come to standing. Reach over the head. Okay, so now we know how to do a burpee on a chair. If you want a mat, this is your chance. So down we go, hands on the mat, jump out into a high plank, jump in and up we come. Okay, squeezing those butt cheeks and reaching overhead, adding a little jump if you want. Let's go. Twenty seconds done, 3 more to go. As you take it down, you really want to check that your hands are underneath your shoulders. Okay, set yourself up, chair burpees, floor burpees. You can even walk these burpees out if you don't want the jump, but still use the mat or the chair, it's up to you. Let's go, here's a walking burpee. Walk it out, walk those feet in, up you come, squeeze the bum cheeks. Drop down, feet out, feet in, up you come. Full body exercise, gets the heart rate up. Fantastic, 2 more to go. Okay, wind those shoulders back. Know that you've only got 40 seconds of burpees to do. So how about you just dive in there and give it your best shot. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do it. Just going to go for my last one. Saved by the bell. We've got one last set to do. Check your technique, hands under shoulders, and breathe. Come on, 20 seconds. What's that between friends? Absolutely nothing. Let's just do it in 3, 2, and 1. Using your chair, walking those burpees, jumping those burpees, squeezing the butt cheek on completion. That's you done. That is you jolly well done. Okay, our next move, we are standing in a split stance, and the foot that's at the back you're going to bring up to your hands. Set your hands up at bust height or waist height, and your knee is going to touch your hands. Let's go. As many as you can, crunching through the abs. Keep the shoulders back, keep the head up. Bringing that knee up. Okay, that's your knee driver without a jump. It might be that you want to use a chair, so you're in that split stance, but you're going to crunch onto one hand because the other hand is just supporting your core on that chair. That split stance, the heel returns to the floor. Let's go. Keep your head up, and let's go for some power. Drive those knees up with power. Power. It's like Batman comic. Pow, pow. Drive it up with force. Crunch through those abs, shoulders back. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got a chair supported driver. We've got a low impact driver. If you want the impact, split stance, shoot that knee up and add that little jump. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We've got lots of versions to be going on here. Driving that knee up. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. It's a toughie this morning. Just think, we've done this Tabata already. It's like I've never done it before. Each time you find out something new in yourself to work out. Don't be afraid to regress that move to progress it. Set yourself up. 3, 2, 1. You can always take that move back to a lower option. Lower impact. Check in with your technique. I've taken the jump out today because I did a big run yesterday. My knees are hurting. So I've just regressed it back, but I'm still bringing that knee up with power. One last set to go. Whether you're supported on a chair, whether you're doing it with a jump, this is your move. Last interval, knee drivers, same leg. Set yourself up in that split stance. Set those hands at waist or bust height and shoot that knee up. Use the breath. 10 seconds are left. Shoot that knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to do it on the other side. 5 is an interesting cycle on these Tabatas. Probably if you were on your own, you might have given up after 3. And this is why you've got a trainer, just to push you into that last little bit of endurance. So set yourself up. Maybe you're going to use a chair, split stance. That back leg comes forward. Shoot that knee up. Keep the shoulders back. Try and just use that chair for minimum support. Don't grip it. Just position the fingers on the top to give you that confidence in your core as you crunch up. Fantastic, okay? Set yourself up. We're going to go again. Split stance. Can you feel that one side is stronger than the other? Wind the shoulders back. Set up, bust height, waist height. you're going to push that back heel down to the floor, so you lengthen through the leg. Let's go. Head up. Keep going. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Didn't you notice at the start of these Tabatas, the 20-second rest felt like forever, whereas now we're kind of really feeling that those 20-second rest intervals are coming around a bit faster. Like we're going to go again in 5 seconds. Set yourself up. Are you going to add a jump this time? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Shoot that knee up with power. Shoulders back, head up. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. 2 more to go. Wind the shoulders back. Good setup. Work out what you're going to do. Chair, impact, jump. The choice is yours. I can't see you. You know what you're doing. Let's go. Feel that crunch in your core as you shoot that knee up and return that heel. Elbows high, chin up. 3, 2, and 1. We are now into our last 20 seconds before we're going to do something else. So let's just give it everything we've got. Don't even think about it. Just let the breath come and let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Power with that knee. Shoot the knee up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Well, hopefully that's taken your heart rate way up and you're ready to do a bit of strengthening. So let's change the timer. Oh, I have to stop it. Save. Switch the timer. So we're going to add 10 seconds onto the intervals now. We're going to do some backward lunges. 20 seconds of backward lunges. We're going to go on the right leg. So let's just check in with this technique. This is a strengthening move. So your feet start together. You take one step behind onto that back toe. Onto the back toe, bend the back knee, bend the front knee. Weight goes into your front heel, and then we come to standing. We're doing this body weight, hands on hips, or you can take your hands out to the side. You want to be absolutely sure that your knee doesn't come over your toes. Knees are back, and you push up with that back toe. Okay, so we're on our rest interval. Rest interval comes first on this one. How I've set this timer up. Wind the shoulders back, hands on hips, same leg. You're going to step back onto that back toe with a bend in both knees. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's just step back and up. You might have a chair here to support you. Don't worry if you're not bending so low. As long as you've got a bend in both knees, taking that bottom back, that's what we want. And that front knee is not coming over your toe. These are tiny little lunges that I'm doing here. Check that your bottom is sailing behind. 3, 2, and last one. Let's swap legs, okay? So we're going to take it onto the other foot, stepping back, and up you come. Keep the shoulders back so that your core is strong. Either you can take your arms out to the side, maybe you're holding onto a chair and stepping back onto that back toe, pushing up with that back toe into that front heel. Let's go. Same leg, same leg. Big leg section this. Keep the shoulders back. Keep pushing into that front heel, back toe. Don't worry if you're not going so low. Worry that you've got a bend in both knees. Both knees are bending. Don't those intervals feel long after those 20 seconds? And now we're going to do our heel raisers. So set your feet under your hips and we're just going to go up onto the toes. Hold your core steady. Take your hands over your bottom, which will keep your shoulders back. And what we want to be doing is lifting onto the toes and then descending onto the heels. Keep it controlled. Take it right up onto the toes. Don't let your core rock. There's no rock here in the pelvis. You're absolutely set firm with your shoulders back. Rise and fall. Rise and fall. An amazing strengthening work this. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're back to our lunges. All right, so we're going to go into a backward lunge. Okay, you're going to step back onto that back toe, pushing into that front heel. Maybe you're using a chair for support, okay? And just check that front knee doesn't come over that toe. Let's go. Just take them back. Take them back. Let me do the counting. You do the moving and check that you're doing the breathing as well. Really recruit the power of that front heel and you're using the whole of your glutes, your quads and your hamstrings, strengthening up that posterior chain. Fantastic. So we're going to swap sides and you're going to go on the other foot, so you might want to move your chair or your support round to the other side. Wind those shoulders back. How are we doing for time? We're doing great. And let's set ourselves up to set back onto that back toe. Push with that back toe. Up you come. Okay, when you feel that you've got it, let's speed them up. Push onto that back toe. Push into that front heel. Feel your core strength supporting you. Shoulders are back. Toe and heel. That's what you've got to think about. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we've got our heel raisers to go. So taking our way up. So set yourself upright. Wind those shoulders back. Hold an imaginary Pringle between your thumb and your forefingers. Tuck the hands over your bottom if it'll help keep your shoulders back. Or you can just keep them by your side. And let's rise onto the toes and back down onto the heels. Taking your whole body weight up. 10 stone of me going up and down on my feet. Using my leg muscles to take me there. Supported by the core. Keep the shoulders back and keep going up onto those toes. Speed them up if you want. And we're done. Okay, we're gonna take ourselves down onto the mat. Let's just pause this timer. Give you time to have a quick drink. Take yourself down onto your workout mat or down onto your shag pile rug. And we're going to do some work in the lower body. We're going to work the glutes. So we're going to set ourselves up with our feet underneath our knees. Okay, so you don't want your feet out here and you don't want them too far in. Just set them under your knees, okay? And you're going to raise up onto those heels. If you want to make it a bit harder, lift the toes off the floor and feel that work in the glutes. Now the temptation is for the knees to slide out and the hips to lower. So you're pushing your hips up and you're pushing your knees in. I want you to take an imaginary cream egg, place it between your knees. And I want you in your mind to hold that cream egg between your knees as we do some glute bridge pulses. Okay, we're going to do 30 seconds of glute bridge pulses. Set yourself up, and I really mean it when I tell you to place that cream egg. Okay, so once you've got it visualized, those knees aren't going to drift and you're going to feel the work in the outside of the hip. Push into those heels, and we're going to pulse and pulse with the hips. Let's go. Pulse and pulse. Don't let those knees drift. Squeezing your glutes, pushing into the heels. Maybe you've lifted the toes. Push and push. Have you dropped that cream egg? Keep squeezing those knees in, pushing those hips up, and breathing. The secret to this work really is that in the cream egg. We all know how important cream eggs are. Oh, let's roll over onto our front. You want to set yourself up. Oh, I'm sweating so much I can't. My glasses have steamed up. You want to set yourself up so that your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. We're going to again work the glute, the biggest muscle in the body, a fantastic muscle to support our lower back. So this is brilliant for anybody who's spending extra long time at the computer. So we're going to take the knee out to the side, and we're going to lift and lift the side of that knee. What the temptation is to rotate the shoulders. You really want to check that you're pushing into the heels of your hands and that your shoulders aren't rotating, and it literally is a knee lift from the hip. If you need to rest between intervals, you can. Otherwise, pulse from elevated. So let's do a good setup. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Lift that knee, and we're going to pulse from elevated or return to the floor. Let's go. Pushing into the heels of the hands so that your body doesn't rotate. This is coming out of your bottom. And breathe. Feel the weight of that leg. You have got 10 seconds left, so give it to the breath to get through this interval. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Whew. Feel that one in the old bum cheeks. Right, do a good setup. We're going to go on the other side. Hands under shoulders, okay? We don't want the hands out here. You want them underneath your shoulders. Pushing into the heels of the hands to stop that body rotating. Lifting through your hip and pulsing that knee up. Let's go. The bell's gone. We've got 30 seconds. Your breath is your friend. And as Jane Fonda used to say, feel the burn. Lift and lift. Lift and lift and push into the hands. You're over halfway through our interval, and keep pushing for the last 10 seconds. Lift and lift, lift and lift through that hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Let's roll over onto our backs. More glute bridges. So remember, the feet are underneath your knees. Get that good positioning. Place that imaginary cream egg between those knees. You don't want to drop that cream egg, okay? Push into the heels, lift the toes off the floor if it helps, and let's go. Pushing the knees in and pushing the hips up, pulsing away. Let's pulse. Bang, bang. This is where exercise to music is great. Let's twist again, like we did last summer. Find a little song in your head and pulse to the rhythm of that song, keeping the knees from drifting out, pushing up with the hips. Pushing up, pushing up. Fantastic. Let's roll over, and we're going to do our hydrants again. So a good setup, okay? Nice flat back. Don't scoop your back out. We don't want your head looking up. You want your head looking down at the floor. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Lift that leg, and you are going to lift from the hip. Let's go. Give it to the breath. Breathe through this, because you can do it. You've done it already. This is endurance now. You're pushing through beyond what you thought you could do. Keep going. When you feel like quitting, just see if you can do 2 more before you drop that knee to the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Okay? Reposition yourself. Come on, this is the last time you're doing this. Reposition yourself. Take those hands under the shoulders, lift that knee, and make them good, thorough pulses whilst keeping that connection of the hands to the floor. Check that there's no strain in your neck. Your neck's not looking down between your legs. Your neck is not looking straight ahead. Your head's not looking straight ahead. It's just looking at the floor above your hands. Halfway through, keep lifting. Keep lifting. Feel that work. 8 seconds to breathe through it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. I struggle myself with a little bit of sciatica, and I do find that those leg raises are really, really good in just sort of loosening out the nerves at the lower spine. Okay, so we're going to now do some abs. We've done legs, bums and tums. So here we are into the tums section. Grab yourself a quick drink. Let me just consult my little book. You lot have got your own little purple book. So we're going to do some crunches. So you're lying on the floor. You've got your feet under your knees. You're going to keep those knees from drifting outwards again. So put your little imaginary cream egg there. And you're pushing the small of the back into the floor, okay? Now, tuck the chin in and you're going to lift through the shoulders. This is nothing to do with your neck. This is a whole conversation between the mat and your lower back and your belly button pushing that lower back down. So tuck your chin in. Take your hands to your temples or cross them over the chest. Do not pull on the neck. This is to do with the belly. And take these crunches as slow or as fast as you like, because we've got 30 seconds of them. And what's most important is that you feel that connection between your small of your back and the mat, and that you don't feel the neck pain, because it's these that are doing the work, not your neck. So set up right. Decide where you're going to have your hands, at your temples or across your chest. And when that bell goes, we are going to crunch. Where are you? Here we are. And crunch. Push that belly button down. You can go for lots of quick ones. If you're doing them right, they'll take your breath away and you won't be able to talk. Or you can go for some slow ones with a rest. You do your best. This is your workout. You've found this time. Well done. So make sure you're doing your best and you're not wasting your time. It's precious enough to carve out an hour to do this. Whew, what have we got now? So we're going to work on the same principle of tucking that chin in, small of the back, but we're going to work the side obliques, the side of our abs, and you're going to reach down and you're going to touch the side of your trainers. If you can't touch the side of your trainers, touch the back of your trainers. You're just reaching, but the small of the back is connected to the floor, and you're reaching and reaching and breathing. Pushing the small of the back down, possibly feeling a bit sick. This makes you feel a bit sick. It's a lactic burn, which is basically the body metabolizing sugar. So believe it or not, it's a good thing. That sick feeling is a good thing, but I don't like lactic burn, but it's what we want. Okay, next move, I'm just going to teach this one. Let me just pause this. So you're lying on the floor again, chin is tucked in, and what I find really helpful is to get those fists underneath your bum cheeks and stack your knees above your hips. Now, push the small of your back down, tuck your chin in, and it might be that this is all you need to do for the whole interval, is push that belly button down, push the small of the back down, and actually feel those abs engage with the floor, okay? Otherwise, you can add a floor tap with your foot, making sure the whole time that your abs stay connected with the floor. And it could be that you extend alternate legs, keeping the small of the back connected. And if you're feeling really up for it, extend both legs and bring those knees directly above the hips, okay? So there's lots of options there for you to do. There's a static hold to really connect with the abs. There's those floor taps one at a time, or there's the leg extensions one at a time, or you can go two together. The secret is chin in and abs really strong as you push the lower back into the floor. Extending one at a time, extending two at a time, holding static, and maybe adding a toe tap, a heel tap, I mean. Breathe. This is surprisingly hard work. Breathe and breathe. Keep that small of the back connected the whole time. Oh, right, we're back to our crunches. Second time, you are the experts. Okay, so heels are on the floor, toes are turned up, feet are under your knees. Hands over the body, over the chest, or just at your temples, chin tucked in, pushing down with the small of the back. Use the breath. Don't compact the breath. All the time, pushing the small of the back down. Keep the knees coming in. Don't drop your cream egg. Oh, make all those sounds that you need to set up for our oblique reaches. So this time, same position, but the movement is side to side as you touch your trainers, your heels, or just reaching down either side of your body using the side of your abs. Let's go. Keep the small of the back connected. Lift the toes off if you want to add that extra work. Push down with the heels. Tuck the chin in. Oh, and last of all, we've got our leg extensions. So set your little wedges to push the small of your back down. Set your knees above your hips. Push the small of the back down, and we're either going to do leg extensions together, or singles, or floor taps, or a hold. It's up to you. If you feel the small of your back peeling away, then don't keep the feet so low. Keep the feet high as you extend. Use the breath. Tuck the chin in. Fantastic. Legs, bums, tums, complete. Okay, we're doing really great. We've just got time for our last little section with our weights. So grab yourself your weights, dumbbells. I'll put this in the narrative so that you know to get prepared. Dumbbells, as I say, your filled milk bottle containers are really good, or using 2 tins of baked beans are fantastic, absolutely fabulous. Just pound weights, okay, so ½ kilo, which is what we want. And we're just going to do a very quick free weight circuit because we've toned a lot of the lower body. We're just going to work the upper body. So first of all, I'm going to ask you to stand with your feet underneath your hips and take your elbows out so that they're as high as your shoulders, and you're holding your weights in your hand in this sort of goddess pose. Pull the abs in, roll the shoulders back, and we are going to do forward circles with the elbows, okay? So I want you to think elbow, and those elbows are drawing forward circles for 30 sweet seconds. Pushing into the heels, check that your knees aren't locked out, okay? And just breathe through this interval. Draw circles with your elbows. Slow circles. Slow circles, pushing forwards, forwards and forwards. Make them good circles. You can make them as big as you want or as small as you want. Knees are soft. Keep the elbows high. The elbows stay as high as your shoulders. As you fatigue, the temptation is to want to drop those elbows. Okay, have a little rest. Shrug the shoulders. Have a little wriggle. We're going to set up in the goddess pose again. Weight is in your heels, knees are soft, and this time you're going to draw those circles back. So you're going to feel this across the front of the chest as well. So set yourself up, elbows. If you've got a mirror, it's fantastic because you can just check that your elbows aren't dropping. Shoulders are feeling warm now, feeling that heat of those muscles working in your shoulders. Good stuff. Breathe and breathe, breathe and breathe. Breathe and breathe. Take those circles back. Keep those elbows high. And drop the weight. And the last move we're going to do is an overhead press. So you're going to take those weights onto your shoulders and we're pressing up. Pressing up, straight up from the shoulders and using your core to support that move. Knees are soft, weight is in your heels, spine is neutral. Let's go. Press and press. Shoulder straight up and down. Straight up, nothing fancy. Feeling that work in the upper body. Making the heart work a bit harder as well as we exert. Ooh, well done, okay? And we're just gonna offer in here a bicep curl. So set yourself up on your heels, elbows are firmly wedged into your waist, and you're gonna curl and curl. It's controlled in both directions, up and down. Let's go with a curl and a curl. Sink into your heels, knees are soft, keep it controlled. We don't want any what we call a banana back, okay? So your back stays absolutely firm as your abs support the work that your biceps are doing. And last of all, we're going to do a bicep press. So you take one of your weights and I want you to set up again, knees are soft, and you're going to extend the arm. Extend and return as we work the back of the arm. Okay, let's go. Keep the elbows close into the head. Don't let those elbows drift apart. Ideally, your upper arms are touching your ears. Feeling that work in the back, feeling that work in your arms. Pushing into the heels, keeping that spine neutral. Extend and extend. And there we go. That nice little upper body finisher. So I think you can feel really pleased with yourself today. We've done cardio, we've done legs, bums and tums, and we've done some upper body work. So I hope that you really feel a nice sort of fizz and a buzz and a life in us. Often the life that we're supposed to feel is in the head, and we forget that actually there's a whole load of us that can feel rejuvenated. Okay, so we're going to do some stretches to finish. So set yourself up with a mat, and we're just going to stretch out the hips. So kneeling on your mat and take one step forward. Just plant that front heel and push those hips forward. Push those hips forward and feeling that stretch in that hip. Lift up an arm, and we're going to reach over the opposite direction to your bent knee. Let the arm drop. Pushing the hips forward. And up we come. And drop the arm. And let's swap sides. Set up with the knees. Take one big step forward. Plant that front heel and push those hips forward. Feeling that stretch in the front of the hip. Take the arm up. Let the other arm drop as we reach. Good. Stretch through the upper body, pushing forward with the hips. And return to the middle. Drop the arm and let's stand. We're going to stretch the back of the leg now, and so you're going to take one step back, and the leg that you stepped back on, I want you to bend that knee. And as you bend that knee, sail your hips out, keep your back straight, and then start to lift that front foot off the floor. Put your weight into the bent knee heel and feel a stretch emerge in your extended leg, the back of the leg, the hamstring. You can support your weight on the bent long bone, the bent leg long bone, and just guide your body weight over that extended leg to feel a stretch in the back of that leg. Exhale as you sink into that stretch. Lift the toe off the floor and you'll feel the stretch in the lower leg. Inhale as you rise and exhale as you sink into that stretch. And then unhinge and come to standing. Step forward so that your feet are side by side, and then I want you to step back with the other leg. We've got this split stance, and bend the knee on the back leg, and keeping your shoulders back, sail those hips out as we hinge. Hinging back, back is straight, and that front toe starts to peel off the floor. Feeling that stretch coming down the back of the leg, feeling that stretch in the hamstring. Brace yourself on that bent leg. Guide your body weight over that extended leg, feeling that stretch. Lifting the front toe will amplify the stretch in the lower leg. Inhale as you have a rest, and exhale as you sink into that stretch. Keep the shoulders back. And then unhinge, step forward. And again, you might want to use a chair for this one, or you might be able to do this one freestanding. Just going to stretch out the front of the leg, so give yourself a bit of support. Tuck your trainer up under your bottom. And just stretching out the front of the leg. If this move is too much, just hook your foot up onto a chair, and that might just be enough to stretch those quads, pushing the shoulders back, rolling the shoulders back, whoops, pushing your hips forward and feeling that stretch in the front of the leg, and swapping sides. Either tucking the other foot up onto the chair or holding onto your other foot, looking up, feeling very well done. And last of all, drop that foot. We're just going to stretch through the upper body. So take one arm across the chest, grab hold of a long bone, either the forearm or the upper arm, never a joint, and push that arm into your chest. Knees are soft, weight is in your heels, and your face goes the opposite direction to your hand. And breathe. Feel that stretch in the upper arm. Feel that stretch across the top of the back. And swap sides. Exhale. Exhale. And these workouts are for you to do as many times as you want. They don't lapse, so you can always go back and do another one. Let's roll the arms forward. 2, 3, and let's take the arms back. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together, soften those knees, take the hands over the head, and let's take the feet under the hips, and let's just do some bends. Side to side, and that is our workout done. So thank you very much. Great to work out with you today. See you next time.